Hi, it's Susan. Welcome to my channel. I have a quick tutorial for you today. It's an easy one. It's so easy that I'm just going to walk you through it because I don't think you need to see me actually do the project itself. But it's simple and it's a good way to use up old book text because don't we all have a lot of that hanging around, right? If you're like me and you gut a lot of books, then you save the book blocks, you might have, two or three plastic bins full of book blocks sitting out in your garage. Yeah, if you're like me. And I did. And so one of the things I had done last year is I saw Rachel over at Roxy Creations make these really cute little book page journals. And she was gluing the pages together in a book, while they were still in the book block and just gluing them together and then tearing them out when they were, 3, 4, 5 pages thick, whatever had the weight that she wanted. And then she could make a book with them. She could make tags, journaling cards. And so this is what I did last year with book pages. And this was a lot of fun. The book pages, seem to be holding up pretty well. This one's a year old. It's the only one I have left. And I like doing that, but I started thinking, see how the edges are starting to kind of, tear there. How could I make this a little stronger? Also, how could I use up all those book blocks that I have sitting in the garage? And the other thing that I have an awful lot of is sheer material. Because I go to the thrift store and I'm hunting around for fabric because even though I have a closet full of fabric in the house and many, many bins of it out in the garage, I cannot resist. And one of the things I told myself I was always looking for was sheer material so that I could do flips. Now, honestly, I could have bought just one thing of sheer material and be done with it, but I wanted to use something different in the various journals because, we get bored. And so when I looked, I had like 10 different kinds of sheer material. And, you can't really do normal book covers out of them because, it's so lightweight. It wasn't going to be heavy. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And then I realized, I could put them over my book pages because you could still see the text through there, which I find really interesting. And then it was going to strengthen the sheer fabric and it was going to strengthen the book pages. And so this is what I came up with. Now this one is done from, I had a bunch of book pages that were already glued together like this, and what's nice about this size is that I can just use regular printer paper, cut in half, and it fits in there. But see, you can still see the text through there, but everything's going to be stronger. It's not going to fall apart at the edges there. I mean, it's going to fray because it's fabric, but that's part of the fun thing. And this went together super quick, and then I just did a little twine tie binding. I didn't even sew it, didn't use elastic, just so that I could slide the papers in and out. So this would be a really cute and quick Christmas gift that you could do for somebody because they go together so fast. And you can, of course, decorate the cover up more if you want. You could embellish more if you wanted to, or you could just call this D for done. I had a tag that was done out of book text, so I just went ahead and put some sheer over the tag as well and then glued it on, and then I had a pocket there. And then I wanted to make one a little bigger so I could just use regular printer paper. So I went to the closet where there's all that fabric, and there was another sheer, and I love this one. I didn't plan the flowers well, but I love that. And you can still see all the little things of text. And what I had done with that is I just tore pieces of book text and glued them on the back of a heavy magazine cover. That's all that is. This one I did go ahead and punch some holes and do some elastic, and I folded the edges in, and because this was just a magazine cover, I couldn't do the sheer text on the inside like I did with this one. So I just grabbed a cotton sheet and put that in there, folded in the edges, and that is another, that went together like in an hour maybe. It was just super, super fast. So I made a bunch of covers. Let's see here. Whoa, I have a big old crash here in a minute. You can use the dark fabrics. This is sheer. You can still, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see it online. You can see it on the film, on the video. Wow, I can't talk today. It's Monday somewhere. It's Monday here. So I'm just getting all these guys prepped, and then I think I'm just going to make some just real quick ones. If you're just still doing craft shows, it could be an inexpensive item because they don't take that long. And I didn't use a fancy pressure foot. I don't have a fancy pressure foot. This is just my normal one. I love this sheer fabric. It's got all these different colors in it. I'm not real good with the quilting, trying to figure out what kind of designs to do. And I just had solid color fabric there. And then one here. So this one's got the small pieces. This one's got the small pieces. And then this one has larger pieces. I just tore, I mean, we're talking about pieces like this, so I just kind of glued those down. And this was actually a scarf, so some scarves are very sheer, and that just is going to make a beautiful cover like that. Oh, and then I did this one larger too. So I mean, what I start with is just gluing down either the pieces or the larger pieces, or if you want to do one, you know, book page size, you can just glue your pages together like this. But if I'm doing it like this, then on my base, I trim it before I trim the paper off. And if you're going to make pockets, so like this one here, I knew I wanted to make pockets so that when it's done, it's going to be like this. So it's very helpful if before you do any of the sewing, you've got your base. If you go ahead and put those creases in there first, you know that's what that's going to be. Then the cardboard kind of remembers that. And then you can pick your sheer. You could do this one. You could do this one. Just try it out and see what you like. And pick your lining fabric. So say you're going to do it like this. And then what I do is just I just dab some glue stick in a few places on both sides and then put it under a book for a few hours while it dries. And that's just to hold it in place while I stitch. And when I do the stitching, I find that it's very helpful, even with the glue stick, if I start in the center. And so I just start in the center and then maybe on the edges, and then the fabric tends to not bunch up quite so much. And then when I'm all done doing whatever design thing I'm going to do, I just go all the way around the edges, and then I can cut everything down. Now if you're having the book page thing so you can see text on both sides, you could just do sheer on both sides if you wanted to. And that's it. Stitching up, and then you can either do a twine binding, you can do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, you could do a traveler's notebook with elastic. You can put the actual pages in however you want. You can decorate more on the cover and put things, I don't have anything right handy. That doesn't quite go with it. But you know how to decorate covers. You don't need me to show you that, although it would have been fun if I had something right here. Anyways, you could decorate the cover or not. You can embellish the pages more or not. You can make some little paper clips to go in there or not. But very quick and easy journals that you can do for gifts. This one I put a tassel on. I don't necessarily put a tassel on everything, but I thought that dressed that up just a little bit. And a great way to use up all that book text that we have hanging around somewhere, right? That's all I got for you now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.